Hello and welcome to SharpHR Career Corner with Karen Sharp Price. This podcast will inform and inspire you in your quest to find the right career path. If you're just starting out, looking to make a change in your field, or transitioning into a new career, then this podcast is for you. We will be sharing tips and providing resources on topics such as writing resumes, interviewing, using LinkedIn, and networking. We will take a look at different careers, companies, and opportunities. You will hear success stories from professionals in all career paths, and so much more. You will leave this podcast with 3 key takeaways that you can easily put into practice. Enjoy!
Welcome to SharpHR Career Corner. I'm Karen Sharp Price. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to our podcast. We truly appreciate it. SharpHR Career Corner is changing the conversation over the course of the next several episodes, and we're going to focus on opportunities within companies. We want to pull back the curtain, so to speak, and learn more about the company itself. We will learn about what they do, where they're located, and what types of positions they have and opportunities currently. And if someone is interested, how they can apply. We will try and take a closer look at their hiring process as well. Today, we've invited 2 special guests, Genevieve and Dan, from Alliance Advisory Group in Buffalo, New York. Thank you both for coming on and talking with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Why don't we start by, each taking a turn and just introducing yourself. Tell us who you are, what your title is, and give us a little idea of what you do at Alliance. Who would like to go first?
Dan, it's all you.
I'll take it. So Dan Schlein. I am a managing associate and financial advisor at Alliance Advisory Group. And I'm located right in Buffalo in our Buffalo branch. And my day-to-day, just give you a quick 30-second overview, really has to do with meeting people and working with them around their different money decisions. When we really start to dive in and peel the skin of what financial planning is, I just equate it to a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. And once we get all the pieces, me and my team will show you the box. We'll get all the pieces on the table, and me and my team, as well as their and their family, will sit down and put all those pieces together. And that's really what financial planning is in a 10 seconds, an overview of it, as well as starting to build our team at Alliance and really coach some of the younger people and build them as well, because the amount of training and development and the amount of things we really teach, coach, and really learn as we do this is pretty cool. So I've had some fun over the years learning from some of the best people in the industry. So,
Great, thank you. How about you, Genevieve?
I'm Genevieve Peglo. I'm the Director of Talent Acquisition. And really what I do, so I sit in our Rochester office, but I go to Buffalo. I get to hang out with Dan frequently. And I recruit for Rochester, Buffalo, Jamestown, Ithaca. And then we're also working to expand into the Syracuse area. So working on that as well. And I do a lot of the recruiting and then onboarding and development to make sure all of our new associates have everything that they need, questions asked and answered as they're getting started in the industry.
Wow. So can you tell us what is Alliance Advisory Group? What do you all do as a team?
We're a boutique financial services firm. So we really focus on a comprehensive financial plan and really bring a different approach to that plan. But that's more Dan's day-to-day. So I'll let him kind of take a deeper dive into that.
yeah, exactly what you said. In our industry, you find a lot of different firms, a lot of different styles to approaching people's money and financial planning. You got Alliance Advisory Group, which is like family-owned boutique financial planning firm backed by 2 of the largest, not only insurance, but broker dealers, which is really just on the investment side. So the cool part is you get that home feel to it. You get really great customer service. You get really, really great personality because you can walk in the office and you get somebody greeting you and all that kind of stuff. But you also get that feel of really in-depth, really great philosophy in financial planning as well.
So how large is the organization?
Between all of our offices, and if you include advisors and staff, we're just under that 100 mark.
Okay.
So pretty large for the region and the area that we take up.
Yeah. What types of positions? I mean, we know that you have financial advisors and we have HR, but what other types of staff do you have there?
So our main focus in terms of hiring, I would say, is in regards to financial advisors, our business development associate, which is our entry level role, entry level in terms of the industry, not entry level in terms of experience. We have people come into that role that have, our recent graduates, and then we have people that come into that role and are career changers and have, 20 plus years in a different industry and a different career. And then we also have a fellowship academy, which is really our take on an externship that allows, it's only for college students, but you can be involved in any, be a part of any college across the region to get an experience, get a firsthand look at our unique philosophy and planning and our career development program. And that allows you to progress into more of a formal role, a formal internship role while you're still in college. Gives the college students a lot more flexibility around school, extracurricular activities, sports. Maybe we had one student who, didn't want to go to school in Buffalo, but knew he was going to come home to Buffalo, but he could still be a part of the academy because that was his end plan. Things like that. So a lot more opportunities. In terms of the staff side, we have someone that does all of our marketing. We have directors of first impressions. We have a big team to support all of our new business. And then a lot of operations staff too, to make sure everything's running smoothly behind the scenes for all of our advisors.
Okay. So maybe this is a question for Dan, but what makes a financial advisor successful?
I don't know if this is a question. No, I'm just kidding. What I've found and just really seen about what makes someone successful in this role is a couple of different characteristics that I've just found in some of the best of the best that I've met throughout the industry and throughout the role that I'm in is being really good with building relationships and people. And what I really mean by that is from the back end, we have all the planning tools, we have philosophy, we're really, really good at financial planning, but let's put that aside for a second. It's a relationship game. Like Karen, if I'm talking to you or Genevieve, I'm talking to you about your money, you better like and trust me before it even matters what we're actually going to talk about, which is financial decision-making and understanding all the different odds and ends around it. But without liking and trusting somebody, that's never going to happen. It doesn't really matter what I do. So I found that people that are great at building relationships, that's a really good one. And that people that are really good people, the people just like and trust, that's one of the bigger ones. The other one, especially early on, is I'm going to use the word grit. And what I mean by grit is we're talking about people's money. People have a lot of advisors in their world. They might not say yes to sitting down with you. They might say no for years before they say yes. Maybe they decided to go with you, then maybe they decided to go against it midway through. You might get kicked a couple of times when you're down. It's very difficult sometimes in our industry. And I think that's why the upside of building a business, the upside of really helping people, making a huge impact and working with those types of people are there, because the bottom of it is you might get kicked a little bit. So I'm gonna use the word grit there, because having grit might dig yourself out of the holes and really get yourself up and get you feeling really, really good about stuff instead of kind of just taking kicks to the side all day long.
I think grit is a new term being used lately, and I think it talks to the person's personality and how much they can take without just deciding to chuck it and go a different direction. And I think that mostly, advisors and salespeople and people that are out there, customer service people, they're the ones who have to have the most grit because of the conversations that they're having with people. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's really hard to accept sometimes for people, I would think. Genevieve, what types of positions do you have currently that are open right now? Do you have any?
Yes, we definitely do. So right now we are actively recruiting for our fellowship academy. So that would be for any student that's in college. It could be a college kind of anywhere within the Western New York region, but it also could be outside of the Western New York region. if they're looking to kind of move to that area upon graduation, the academy is open to college students of any age, any semester in school, and any major. And then the other opportunities that we do have available would be a business development role. So our business development role is an entry-level role, like I said, into the industry. And a lot of what Dan said is it's a relationship game. So your main focus on that is client acquisition. And then we also are hiring for financial advisors too. The really only big distinguisher there would be like the licenses you already have. But we are open to all those opportunities right now.
Okay, and if someone was listening and were interested in any of those positions, what do they do? How do they apply?
So you can apply in many different ways. You can go onto our website. There's a link to apply right through that to the different opportunities. You can shoot me a message on LinkedIn. You can give the office a call. You'll get connected with myself. Occasionally you'll get connected with Dan, but talk to me instead. And either one would be a really good way. But there's many different ways to contact us and reach out.
Okay, and are you one of those HR people that actually talk to people that are interested in opportunities? Like a lot of clients come to me and they say that, like there's this wall and they can't get through it and they can't have conversations, but I get the impression that you're not that person.
No, I love to have conversations. I'd have conversations all day. I think kind of it's who we are by nature at Alliance is just have a conversation and help someone. If they're not a fit for the role, that's okay. I come from a staffing past. I connect people with other, companies, agencies. I'm in part of a group of just recruiters that are constantly looking to hire people. So there's many other ways that if we come to agreement that it's not the best fit for you, that's okay. There's other ways that we can get connected. But I want to be out there and build that relationship too.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to add is one of the things I've found just being at our company for a while is a lot of the people you're going to talk to, Genevieve, myself, some of the rest of the team, we're talking to other people in similar industries. We're talking to other people that are actually seeking hiring and recruiting and all that kind of stuff as well. So a lot of my conversation might be around, hey, like, I want to learn about you and see if it is the right fit, because it's just as much on them as on us to say, hey, this is a great fit, because mutually beneficial relationships tend to go a lot better. So we find that, hey, maybe it isn't. Well, then, hey, you got to talk to my friend over here. You got to talk to somebody here. And I think you should probably meet this person as well. They talk about this, and this. So like, there's a lot of me and Genevieve and our team connecting you to other great people as well, because we do this all the time. We help recruit. We talk to people all the time about this stuff. So the more and more we can just help, usually we find the more and more we help, other great things come back to us tenfold, but we never lead with that. We always say, you know what, let's see how we can align you with your perfect position and get you to be in a great spot. And that's really our culture, not only at Alliance, just me and Genevieve as well. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'll be the first to say, hey, I don't think you're the right fit. You should meet this person, because I'm not the perfect person to talk to. So just want to throw that out there.
And yes, that's great. Go ahead.
Sorry, I would say we're really transparent too. Like, we're not just going to, oh, this is a great fit, but if it doesn't make sense, maybe financial services is something that you've always wanted to do, but your timing's not right. That's okay. We'll stay in touch for future opportunities for when your timing is right. We create plans for people that can't start for, 6 months to a year. We can be very adaptable and versatile to do that as well. So even if you're interested in the industry, but you can't make a move right now, start the process sooner rather than later and reach out.
Well, and I can't stress that enough, like with students who just don't know what they don't know. And by having these conversations and not having anything like truly on the table, just a conversation to learn more, I think that's just so super valuable. And no matter who you are or what age you are, if you don't know much about it, but you've had some interest in it, you guys are the perfect people to actually just have a conversation and no stress attached, just talk and learn more about it. So I think that that's super valuable. I think, like through the years, your firm is changing the conversation of financial advising, because it's always been a different kind of feel and afraid that, they're going to take my money and try to buy, sell me some insurance instead of you guys are really like just trying to, it just comes out in all your conversations that I've ever had with you. You're just trying to better each person's situation and help them in whichever area they feel that they need the most help in. And, so I think that you guys are doing a great job out there. And I would like to dive in a little bit more about this new internship program. So, I work with students sophomore through senior year. Many of them have no idea what they want to do. Many of them don't even know what kind of opportunities are out there in the real world. So can you dive a little deeper into what this internship does and like how is it set up? How much time does a person put into this program?
So the Fellowship Academy is something that kind of really relates back to what you were saying previously, and the students you work with, and they just don't know what they don't know. Oh, I want to be a financial advisor. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then you get into that and you're like, what the heck did I sign myself up for? But, you have to finish the internship because you have to get credit because of, you have to graduate on time, and then you're backed into a corner, you feel behind, and it's just not a great feeling.
Yeah.
So the Fellowship Academy is started. It's starting actually kicking off next week with our first class, but it has rolling admissions. So every month there's the opportunity for more students to join, and it meets once about every 6 weeks to discuss part of the financial services industry, our unique philosophy and how we advise, the products that we offer, the services that we provide, our mindset training, our sales training, exposure into who we are in terms of growth and development and books that we read. And you'll get all of that, but you're only meeting once every 6 weeks. And it can be virtually or it can be in person, depending on logistics and scheduling and things like that. But it gives college students the ability to get a look at what we do and how we do it, and the leadership team that we have to support you, and say, you know what, this really aligns with what I want to do and how I want to grow professionally. And then every student in the program has the opportunity to earn a more formal internship where they can get credit, but they want to make that commitment to the industry and growth. If they want to continue on with the industry, but they are, taking 18 credits, they're involved in sports and clubs on campus, and they can't even imagine more than that, 2 hours every 6 weeks commitment, that's okay. They can still stay part of the Fellowship Academy, get exposure, and then be eligible for a full-time opportunity after graduation. So it just really allows for a lot of flexibility for college students to get a firsthand look at what we do and grow in a wide variety of different ways, without that, commitment right away of you're a financial services professional. They can grow right into it and get, a lot of exposure.
Okay. So you say 2 hours every 6 weeks for how long?
It's continuous. So
Okay.
It goes through, we have them scheduled right now, I think through the end of 2022. Our regional director and I love to plan. So, but they're continuous. People can get added to the program throughout. So if you're not kind of rolling admissions, if you think about college admissions, so maybe you take a finance class and you're really starting to enjoy it and saying, I want to explore that a little bit more. I heard on this great podcast that there's an opportunity at Alliance. Reach out. You can start in, October or November. You can start whenever. You just have to go through the interview process.
Okay. And is the program usually in the evening?
It's right now we have it on this calendar from 2 to 4. And so afternoons on Thursdays.
Okay. All right, great. And if a student is interested, they reach out to you?
Correct.
Okay, great. So I always ask my guests at the end of the podcast to give 3 pieces of advice. And I was wondering if you could each possibly give 3 pieces of advice. What would you tell someone who might have an interest as a financial advisor, but isn't quite sure if this is a career path for them? Which one would like to go first?
I'll take it because I was going to add on to Genevieve's point. I think this goes exactly for what I was going to say. I'll give it in my own experience. I had an idea I wanted to do financial something, service it. My dad's an accountant. Everybody thought I was going to go that way. I was a marketing major, minor in finance. And there was a lot of like, I don't know. Like I was 20 years old, like all this stuff. I ended up going back and getting my MBA with dual concentrations in marketing and finance, pretty much financial planning and strategic marketing. So my whole story was like, just get experience, Dan. That's what everybody told me, get experience. You know what I did? I went and did a bunch of things I didn't want to do. I decided I didn't want to do marketing in the aspect that I thought marketing was, which was like marketing a product. When I decided to do it, I just had to learn how to market myself, which was a lot of what I was doing on the front end for finance, financial planning. And on the back end, I was really good at the numbers. So I loved the plans and all that kind of stuff. So my piece of advice would be go try something to learn what you don't want to do. Because I learned a lot of things I didn't want to do, which gave me that confidence in, wait, what? I think I want to do this. And once that third or fourth thing happened, I clicked with Alliance and I've been running ever since. So that would be my story / piece of advice is go try, get an internship, go get in front of some people, go shadow, go learn as much as possible, because you might learn very quickly that financial services isn't right for you. Or maybe this type of firm isn't right for you, or maybe you wanted to go a different way. So my long story made long, go try stuff, because you'll learn what you don't want to do.
And you know, that is my number one tip for my clients and my students is have the list, create the list of careers or interests that you have, and then go out there and start meeting people, do informational interviews, do shadowing, do, you know, a short internship so that you can cross things off the list so that your list becomes smaller and smaller. And then all of a sudden you see in front of you what exactly you really want to do. So that's exactly my point of view as well. How about you, Genevieve? What kind of advice would you give?
I obviously, Dan hit it out of the park with that. Don't ever stop trying. You'll find something that you liked. You'll start to have conversations with people, have conversations with absolutely everyone you can in many different industries. Don't say no to a conversation, even though you don't think it's what you want to do. I never imagined myself in financial services, but I really enjoyed all the conversations that I had with the firm. So I kept on having them. So if you connect with someone and you're having a conversation and it aligns with what you want to do and you like them, keep having conversations. Don't hold yourself back from anything just because it's not what you think you don't want to do.
Great.
I would also say, don't let your major, your previous experience, a previous career define you. Especially coming into financial services, that makes you a better professional. It allows you to connect with way more people because you have previous experience in a different industry, in a different major, with a different group, whatever it can be. It's really, really beneficial in our industry, but so often people let that define them and think, you know, I wasn't a finance major, I can't do this. Or, you know, I had a previous career in sales. What am I going to do? I don't know how to make a financial plan. Don't lie to yourself. You can do it. Just put yourself out of your comfort zone and have those conversations, and we'll help you realize that you can do it.
That's all really solid advice. It really is. And I think that sometimes people's fear of the unknown kind of freezes them. And so they don't take those chances. But it's in those chances that opportunities come. So there's a quote that I could use. So I absolutely agree with that. So here I have an extra question for you both. What is the best thing about working at Alliance?
Dan Schlein.
I don't know about that, but what is the best thing about working at Alliance? I'm gonna give this one to Genevieve to start.
I would say the culture, it's kind of, that's like 12-fold. So I came on during the pandemic and I felt, Dan especially, but I felt like I knew everyone so well. I had never met Dan in person because it wasn't smart. And we talked all the time. He helped me so much. And then that's everyone in the firm too. And everyone's really like-minded in the fact that they want to grow and challenge themselves, but then everyone's also very supportive. And that's not something you find everywhere. So no. I think that's the best part, but it's definitely a 12-fold, many different aspects of our culture that make us who we are and make it such a great place to work.
Okay.
I'll I like that one. That's a good one. I'm going to throw it's kind of a caveat to that is like our team. So on top of the culture, having a really team-based approach to things gives me the full-on confidence as an advisor to say, you know what, I know my partner actually works with that type of person all day long. I would love to make that intro and leveraging my team in a lot of, not only on a business side, like being able to help with money. On the other side of it is our team, as you're just starting out, who do you talk to about X, Y, and Z, the different resources we have, or the training and development that we have as a team, and so on and so forth. So just to go on top of that, because our culture probably is the number one, but I'll add that on top of it.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Thank you both for being on and sharing your story, sharing your opportunities, talking about Alliance. I think that, you know, I've known Dan now a few years, Genevieve just more recently, but every conversation that I have with you guys, you seem like you're in your element. You seem like you're happy and you love what you do and you love the team and you love helping people, not only internally, but really externally too. So if you're listening and you've always thought about just trying to figure out what a financial advisor does, maybe you've never worked with one, maybe you don't know one, have a conversation and find out what it is. It might just be a good connection and it might just help you. So thank you everyone for listening to SharpHR Career Corner. If you're trying to figure out your next career move and you're not sure where to go, then please reach out to Sharp Human Resources. We would love to help you. Go to sharphumanresources-buffalo.com for more information. If you enjoy listening to our podcast, I encourage you to download the podcast, leave a comment, and share with others you know. We recently achieved over 1,000 downloads, which we're very excited about. So thank you. The more downloads and comments and likes our podcast receives, the better our ratings and the easier we can be found. So thank you in advance. Until next time, be kind, everyone. We need to show a lot more kindness in the world, and it starts with you and I. Thanks again for listening, and have a great day.